This is the Cubs POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Chicago Cubs. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Welcome into the Locked On Cubs POSTCAST here on the Locked On Cubs YouTube channel. Joe George here with you on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, anywhere you can find me at Joe George Radio. The Cubs win 3-1 on Memorial Day, move to 34-21 on this season. Lots to get into with this game. We'll talk about Jameson Taillon, start Kyle Tucker coming through again. Just keep winning. But first, we will congratulate our good friend Sam for doing a watch along live on YouTube. A lot of fun. Was watching the end of it there with him. And the curse is broken. Sam got the win today. He needed it. It's been a struggle all season long. Let's talk about this game today for the Cubs. Jameson Taillon, okay? 6 1/3, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 7 strikeouts. It's not even a question about it. He is today's Locked On Player of the Game.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
Look, he was very good in this game. Had a no-hitter going into the 5th inning, 7 strikeouts, another Cubs pitcher with 0 walks. When you're playing a bad baseball team, you can't give them free guys. Like do not give free base runners ever in any situation possible. Taillon did that today. He was very good in this game. The breaking stuff was working. That strikeout he had where he showed all the emotion on his face and in his body language was fantastic. He was just really good. And look, after the two starts before these last two, if that makes sense, where he had given up 7 home runs in his last 8 innings. His last 2 starts have been very, very good for the Cubs. I don't care that it's the Rockies. You don't want to see him giving up a lot of home runs. He gave up 1 in this one today. Obviously, that broke up the no-hitter there in the 5th inning. But he just went out there, did his job, was very solid. Very solid is the way to describe him in this one. We'll welcome in your guys' comments and the YouTube comments here live as well. So if you got questions, comments, anything, whatever you want to get to, you can drop in. Gus Bus here says it should be Tucker player of the game over Jamo drove in 2. Look, you know what? I was torn there. To Gus Bus's point here, I was torn between Jameson Taillon and Kyle Tucker. Kyle Tucker, 1 for 3 on the day, but has the sac fly. He has 2 RBIs of the 3 in this one, and that's what superstars do. On a day in which you're out hit by the Rockies, Kyle Tucker's at the plate, needs to get someone in. Kyle Tucker does it. He does it 2 times in this game. That one where there's the sac fly and they thought they were going to call it with the popping out of his glove was so confusing as it was happening. I was even shocked they were reviewing it. I thought it was very cut and dry. He caught the baseball. The Cubs had a 3-1 lead. If they would have tried to turn that into runner's interference on Reese McGuire, I think I might have had to riot for that one. I can't even believe it was even a discussion of what was happening in this one. So look, it's not a sexy win or anything like that. You're out hit by the Rockies 5-4, but it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. All that matters is that you just keep winning baseball games. You beat the teams that are in front of you, and Taillon was good. And what also was important for me with Taillon in this game is that this is the first time in 4 or 5 days that we've seen a Cubs pitcher get past the 5th inning and have some length finally from one of these guys. I mean, it was a struggle against the Cincinnati Reds. They were getting to you early. They were driving up pitch counts. To see Taillon come out there and get you into the 7th inning was huge for me in this one. Yeah, you still had to use quite a few arms. Caleb Thielbar, he comes in, gets his 2 up, 2 down very easily. Ryan Presley, the first 2 guys were easy. And then a walk in a single. They take him out for Drew Pomeranz, who gets the fly out. And then Daniel Palencia comes in throwing 101 miles per hour pretty much whenever he wants. Gets a clean inning, 2 strikeouts there, has a 1.93 ERA this season. He's done a really solid job as well, stepping in as the closer of this team. That's important because of the update that we got today on Porter Hodge. Porter Hodge, they said he's not progressing in the way that they hoped he would. Originally, the reporting was that it was hopeful that he would have a minimal IL stint, 15 days, just like Ian Happ did, 10 days for him. But now he's not progressing, and they're trying to figure out what is going on. I don't like hearing any of that stuff. And Porter Hodge, I know not everyone's a firm believer. I am. But Palencia has done a really good job coming in and doing the closer role, honestly, to the point where if he keeps pitching like this, I think there's going to be an honest conversation about what is going to happen at the closer spot the way this is going. But he just He paints the zone constantly. He throws stuff that when they bring in the challenge system, we're going to see guys challenge calls because they think he's outside the zone, and they'll be wrong because he just paints it right on the corner all over the strike zone. We're seeing the breaking stuff be used as well. And look, and what I love too is you can tell he knows the situation. He knows he's got a 2-run lead. He's got a cushion there in the 9th. So why not just keep attacking? Keep attacking the last batter of the game, potentially trying to get an out. I heard Sam say on the watch along that you'd rather hit him a home run than get a walk. So just keep attacking the zone like he did. But he has been really good. I think this is a great point here in the chat too. Drew Pomeranz, such a great trade. He is a 0.0 ERA right now. I never would have expected it. This is the guy who hadn't pitched in the big leagues in like 3 years when the Cubs got him. He was in the minor league system of what the Mariners, they bring him in for a nothing trade, and he has come in and been really, really good for the Cubs bullpen. It's one of the things that I think, as much as we give Jed Hoyer a hard time, identifying someone like Drew Pomeranz, identifying some of the starters like Matthew Boyd and Colin Ray, some of the acquisitions he's made to this rotation with, I'm guessing, is mostly a limited budget, and that's why they've come on and they've done a really good job stepping in and filling spots, whether it's in the rotation or in the bullpen. So Drew Pomeranz, very, very good move so far, and good return early in the season. A couple other things before we'll take our first break I want to point out here on the show. Again, we'll take your questions and comments here in the chat. Ian Happ, 1 for 3 with a walk today. Hopefully, fingers crossed, hopefully this is the thing that can get him going, because the lineup has been so good. 28 runs against the Cincinnati Reds. They come through today when it matters most. Take advantage of one of the worst baseball decisions, on a quick aside here, I've ever seen. That pitcher for the Rockies, he could have walked to first base and gotten Reese McGuire out. For him to turn and throw that thing to second base and have the error was a laughably bad baseball play. That is baseball 101. Take the easy out at first base. You're not a second baseman or a shortstop. I cannot imagine what the new Rockies manager will be saying to him after that one, but they're going to be regretting that one for sure. But again, Ian Happ, 1 for 3 today with a walk. Hopefully that can be the thing that gets him going, because you need it. As good as his offense has been, you can't just keep having the guy at the top of the lineup not be good. And that's what's been the case since he's come back from the injured list. Also, we've seen the bottom of the order do a really good job getting guys on base for him pretty often so far since he's come back from the injured list. So Ian Happ, hopefully this is the thing that can get him going. Also, Matt Shaw, man, he just continues to make plays at third base that are not, I wouldn't say like they're pretty Gold Glove worthy. The one today where he gets the ball, it's carrying him to his right outside the foul line. He turns and whips that thing to first base on the move. Between that play, the play in yesterday's Reds game where he's falling down, his feet come out from under him, and he still makes the throw. He has done a phenomenal job at third base for the Cubs, and he's doing a little bit of everything offensively as well. It doesn't have a hit in this game, but he has 2 walks, and he was, that's what you need from him. He had 2 runs. He only had 1 official plate appearance because of the 2 walks. So he is 2 of the 3 runs that are scored in this game. He has been everything that I would say that has been promised. I think this is a fair point by Richard here. Shaw's play saved the game. Yes, I think that's totally fair. I'm going to bank on the Cubs offense to win this game no matter what. But that play was just absolutely phenomenal, because that's right before the home run is hit there. It's right before the home run is hit there in the 5th inning. So for him to make plays like that on a regular basis, like he's done, it's everything you could have asked for and more, especially with what we saw for the first, quarter of the season, where third base was such a problem, whether it was Shaw at the beginning or Birdie or Workman or any of these guys, Nicky Lopez, whoever. He has come back from the minors a totally different baseball player. He just keeps going in there, making phenomenal plays on defense. He's taking good at bats. I love the oppo power that we're seeing from him. So all very, very good stuff from Matt Shaw in this game. All right, we will take our break. We'll take your questions and comments. A couple other thoughts on this game as well. Yes, the Cubs are a heavy favorite, but as we like to say in baseball, just beat the teams in front of you. That's all you can do, and that's what the Cubs did today on Memorial Day. We'll be right back here on the Locked on Cubs postcast on the Locked on Cubs YouTube channel. The NBA playoffs are in full swing, and every night delivers highlight-worthy performances. Kind of. Major momentum shifts and can't-miss moments. Whether it's a game-winning shot or a breakout player, there's never been a better time to get in on the action. FanDuel makes it easy to stay in the game before tip-off and live. With player props, performance trends, and same-game parlays, fans have more ways than ever to play smart and win big. Looking at Tuesday's game, the Knicks versus the Pacers. Pacers come back in a big way. The Knicks come back in a big way. Take game 3 of this series. Knicks are plus 2.5 on the road. I will take the local kid, Jalen Brunson, to cover that game and get this thing all squared between the Knicks and the Pacers. If you're new to FanDuel, it's the perfect time to sign up. Head to FanDuel.com and place your first $5 bet. If it wins, you'll get $200 in bonus bets. Make every moment more with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. All right, couple other questions and comments. If you got any, you're more than welcome to. Ryan says, I know a win is a win. Been watching for 45 years. If they open the checkbook, lock up Tucker, lock up PCA, and trade for some pitching. Yes, those are the things that are on all of our wish lists at this point. Is paying Kyle Tucker, paying PCA, and trading for a Cy Young level pitcher to put at the front of this rotation. Shota Imanaga will have a bullpen session or a throwing session on Wednesday, but we're still probably at least, close to a month away at this point to see his return. The wording the Cubs have been using is well into June. So he's not coming back anytime soon. So, and that's probably right around the time when trade talks are really going to heat up. You think about July 31st is the trade deadline this year. So you'll be about a month away or so when Shota returns. So if you can add both those guys to this rotation, it just adds what the Cubs really need at this point. But again, Jameson Taillon, Matthew Boyd, Colin Ray, those guys have done a really solid job before they have done, filling in this rotation, not just for the injured guys, but like we're seeing from Taillon in this game, 7 strikeouts, getting you into the 7th inning, just going out there and doing his job in the way that he needs to do. Tyler says he's enjoying this season here on YouTube. Baseball is fickle. Everything's clicking right now. When one bat is cold, another is hot. When one pitcher goes down, another steps up. Yes, they've done a great job replacing each other and filling in for each other. That rough stretch of baseball the Cubs had, 2 weeks ago, where everybody is waiting, trying to figure out what's going on with Kyle Tucker. He's hitting 183 in 19 games. Just kind of the offense was dreadful for the most part, but they really turned this thing around. Really, again, Ian Happ's really the only guy right now that has just done not a good job since he returned from the injury list. But he's going to figure it out. There's 0% concern for me for Ian Happ unless there is still lingering injury for him that we are not aware of, but I don't think that's necessarily the case. Cade Horton will go in tomorrow's game versus the Rockies. Look, this team they have 9 wins. They have 9 wins on the season. I could not imagine being a Colorado Rockies fan to pay to trade away Nolan Arenado to sign our guy, Chris Bryant, and for him to never play for the Colorado Rockies is absolutely tough. But we see Cade Horton go tomorrow. I'm really excited to see what Cade does against this lineup. This is where we've been seeing the swing and miss stuff not be great so far for Cade. But we saw it do really well for Jameson Taillon in this game. Hopefully, he can really get this thing going and just keep it rolling tomorrow. He's been really solid for the Cubs. And yeah, as Becky points out here in the chat too, it's supposed to rain, so we'll be kind of on standby for these shows. We'll get them in no matter what, rain or shine. We'll be doing them. Even if the Cubs have a 3-hour rain delay like they've had this season, we'll be here live as well. So Cade Horton goes on the mound tomorrow. And look, the Cubs do, again, exactly what they're supposed to do in this game. Before we wrap up, let's get to what you'll be talking about after this one.
This is what you'll be talking about.
I think the biggest thing Cubs fans are talking about after this game is, honestly, it is Jameson Taillon. Not to hit on him too much on the show, but his performance today, I think there's just a level of confidence that you have. Again, it's the Rockies. I know. I don't care, though. To have 2 performances where you have 7 home runs in 8 days, to bounce back in the way that he has his last 2 starts. And it does kind of change my perception a little bit of one of those starts. Talk about this the last time he started. In that second start, he gave 3 hits. And all 3 of them were home runs. So if you combine that to what he did in that game through now, he's been an excellent pitcher. Besides the 4 home runs that he's given up in his last 3 starts, he's really not making mistakes. He's not walking guys. He's getting the swing and miss pretty regularly. So I think Jameson Taillon is the bright spot of today's game. And of course, the thing Cubs fans are always talking about, I saw as soon as Kyle Tucker had his RBI today, pay Kyle Tucker. That's always the thing that people are talking about. Eric says the wind blowing in at Wrigley sucks. Yeah, it makes the games a little less exciting. That's where you need good pitching, and like that's where we saw the Cubs today, like what they did. They used small ball to their favor, and that's, to me, is one of the best parts about the Cubs offense right now, is that when you look at the bottom of the fifth inning here, Matt Shaw gets a walk. Reese bunts him over, so you got him on second base with one out. Ian Happ hits the ground out to make it 2 outs, but then here comes Kyle Tucker with a runner on second base. Matt Shaw gets the RBI single, Shaw scores, and the Cubs have the 2-1 lead. You have to be able to do that stuff. Do you find it interesting that we've seen Reese McGuire bunt a couple times in his 2 games for the Cubs? We wait to see how long Carson Kelly will be out for. I think he's just got like a bug. So don't expect him to be out very long. But Reese McGuire, I do think, again, not the 2 home run day that he had yesterday, but he's done a really solid job. I also think behind the plate, it doesn't seem like we're seeing a bunch of disasters. Yes, he had one ball get by him yesterday, but he's done a good job filling in. It's funny how the Cubs just keep finding these vets to come in and really figure out what's going on and just playing well at this point in the season. Keep it rolling. Nothing except for sweep. A sweep is to be acceptable, I would say, through these 3 games. Got to sweep these bum Colorado Rockies. They've got 9 wins on the season. All right, that will do it for us here on the Locked on Cubs postcast. We'll be back tomorrow after game 2 of this series. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button to the Locked on Cubs YouTube channel as well, wherever you get your podcasts, Apple, Spotify. You can tweet me your questions at Joe George Radio. So we'll talk to you tomorrow. Go Cubs.